Hi, my name's Natasha, and when I woke up on January 16th, I knew my life had changed. I had went to bed with a pain in my elbow, and when I woke up the next morning, I was unable to move. I exhibited what the hospital could only describe as flu-like symptoms. After being sick for a month and then some, I went through extensive blood tests, multiple visits to my regular doctor. The last blood test told my doctor that I had an inflammation level of 112. Now the normal human body is 20, so you can imagine how much pain I was in. And I was admitted into the hospital. While I was at the hospital, there is no conclusive test for what I have, so they had to rule out other diseases first. They thought it could have been tuberculosis or a form of lupus. And on February 22nd, I was diagnosed with Still's disease. Now, unfortunately, like I said before, there is no conclusive test for Still's disease, so they had to rule out a bunch of other stuff. But they knew right from the get-go, they were very confident that it was Still's disease. Now, what Still's disease is an autoimmune disease, a very rare, unfortunately, a very rare autoimmune disease, where it causes to put it quite blatantly and simple, my body now just attacks everything else in my body. It no longer knows the difference between healthy or sick cells, which is great. Just fantastic. Which will cause my body to go into full inflammation mode where essentially I'm unable to move my muscles, my joints get really sore, they stiffen up. It's actually honestly quite painful, and I'm really pissed off that I had to go through all of that for a freaking month before the hospital finally was like, oh no, it's not the flu. Like I literally could not get myself out of bed, let alone eat. The symptoms of Still's disease are bright salmon colored rashes, which I had all over my body. They were quite painful too. The inflammation of the muscles and the joints to the extent where walking or moving at all is extremely painful. You'd have fevers twice a day, which I got to have for about 2 weeks straight. Vomiting, extreme weight loss, which I did experience, so I'm not gonna complain completely about that. What was that other thing? Oh right, there's the rarer symptoms. Now I'm just gonna tell you what ones I had because this is my life blog. I exhibited a very sharp pain in the chest, which is a buildup of fluid between the heart and lungs. And my doctor described it, it feels similar to a heart attack. So you guys, that joke I made all those times where I said I'd have a heart attack before I'm 25, well, I'm 24. and I felt that pain 3 times. Fucking weird. Now, because Still's disease is such a rare disease, unfortunately, there is next to no information as to how or why I have it. It just happens. That's literally what the medical journals have said. It just develops, like it's just there all of a sudden, which I don't think I need to explain to you how frustrating that can be. I mean, when you get sick, you want to know why, how. I can't. I go back and forth between accepting it and then just being super pissed off. And I'm not gonna lie, like I get incredibly depressed about it too. We always ask, why me? There is not enough information behind this disease, not conclusive, because Still's disease affects each individual person differently. I'm pretty sure there's not enough of us in one localized area to make a conclusive study. So there are an extensive list of medications. I believe I saw 8, and each one of these medications could work, but it varies on what sort of level of Still's disease that you actually have. And the only way to figure out what you have is to try different medication. And it's a waiting game. You have to wait and see how these different medications affect you. I am not yet on the official medication. I am still taking a steroid to just calm my inflammation and my adrenaline levels. Unfortunately, it's not working so well because, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have like chipmunk cheeks going on right now. Right now, my body is in pain. I have pain all over here, here. My shoulder hurts for some reason, and my legs hurt. And I'm pretty sure my face is slightly swollen. So what led me to make this life blog is the rarity behind this disease, and maybe my babbling and ranting about how I feel, you know, every day. And I'm going to be documenting this, I believe, weekly. So you guys can kind of get a little update week to week on how I feel. I should be taking my official medication starting next week. It is going to be a shot right in my stomach. I don't like needles, but like I said, I'm going to be doing these videos weekly. I don't know exactly what dates yet. I'll probably do it on Sundays because it's the easiest day for me. But if you want to see me daily, you can follow my Instagram, and I believe I will be putting it right here with some captions if I'm good at editing, which I will get better at. And I will also make sure I don't ramble as much, but I can edit that out. And lastly, I would like to thank everyone who has been here with me, whether you're here from the start, the middle, or you're just getting in now, for all of your support. I hope that this video helps other people who have Still's disease.